Will this make a difference? Yeah, I didn't think so, though. That'd be ridiculous. Okay, I figured it out. And of course, there's such a huge delay on that it took me a few seconds to figure out that I actually had figured it out. Okay, what if I then change this setting? Sorry, I know you can't see the setting changes in OBS. Okay, last test. Alright, so I've got it figured out, finally. I don't actually have to listen to myself on a delay so that I'm not tripping myself up while I'm speaking. Hi, welcome. I'm some guy you've never heard of. This is Crusader Kings 3. We will be continuing our game with, what's his name? Halfdan something, I think, right? Yes. Halfdan Norska. So, the sound issue I was having, and that I'm going to have to fix before I record again, is apparently it only broadcasts whatever would be recorded to track 1. So like when I'm editing, I'm always recording with the game or the system on track 1, and my vocals on track 2, so I can edit them independently or adjust volumes and such as needed. However, that's not apparently how it's going to work for streaming. Alright, so let's play. The last time I streamed, I made this character, Halfdan Norska. He is quite the scoundrel. And what was he in the middle of? Ah, a treasury heist. We're at the point where we could execute with confidence. However... Oh, learn language, pleasant prattle. As we pass through the city of Kizikos, a jubilant local approaches my entourage. His smile stretches from ear to ear. I discern that he is offering a warm welcome, but the finer aspects of his speech are sadly lost on me. Be that as it may, I wave away my attentive companions and return his joyful greeting. I can hardly imagine a more excellent chance to practice my Arabic. Oh yes, join us on our journey to Byzantium. The corridors of power. The food at the Mayor Stephanos of Kizikios' residence in Kizikios is excellent. Of course, a far cry from the usual rough and ready fare that I'm so used to. I'm very glad you could answer my summons, Stephanos says, gesturing in my direction. I'd like to see if there's anything we can do to help one another. After all, there are certain times that a man of my stature can't quite get as down in the muck as certain jobs require. And I have to take one of these. I have to take one of these. I have to give him a hook on me. For either 10 gold or 112 provisions. Really wish some of these had a third option of, no thanks, we're good. We don't need to give hooks to people. Well, gold never goes amiss, I suppose. Okay, now I was in the middle of looking at my scheme here. If I were to execute the scheme right now, yeah, it'd only be a 69% chance. We're gonna keep going. To steal from the dude that just got a hook on me. Personal agendas. What madness possessed me to bring my caravan leader, Aharon, into my contract? The foolish oath has been nothing but trouble from the very first day I involved him. Maddening, ugly little thorn in my side. Never openly sabotaging me, of course, but when anything and everything you touch goes wrong for seemingly no reason, and someone's always got a smile about it. Oh, it's gonna cost me 4 of my advantages. The conniving little ogre. It would set me back so much. Haram has stopped bathing, stopped even making an attempt to clean himself, even. In fact, I am brutally confronted with when several of my followers beg me to deal with him. I know what you're thinking, Master, but it's not laziness, it's a drive for efficiency. I can actually do more work if I spend less time wiping away the sweat of the road. This is what a relentless focus on value looks like. He's mad, or a fool, or both. No, your laziness goes too far. Alright, a new martial card. Alright, let's get Never Back Down. Alright, so we're at 8 advantages again. Cool. Oh yeah, he hates me because I made him bathe. Got it. Makes sense. Shadow at court. What court? Truly is a blessing to have someone like Mistress Zenobia involved in our contract. Someone able to advance our goals in any number of ways, simply waiting for direction. An enviable combination of skill, access, and proximity to Mayor Stephanos provides us with a variety of options on how to exploit her. Alright. Let's go with this opens some doors for us. So in answer to your question, Rome was an empire developed and centered in Rome. And once you give up Rome, you're not Rome anymore. And that's why I don't consider the Byzantines to be Roman anymore. And also they're, like it displays in Crusader Kings 3, and the previous iterations of the game, they're much more culturally Greek than any sort of Latin. So yeah, I'm a stickler for that sort of thing. Like, if the United States of America had actually, like, held on to some of its overseas colonies, like, say, the Philippines, and then at some point there was some sort of invasion and they lost all their territory in America, it'd be really weird to still think of them as American, or to even still call it as the United States of America, even if they had, like, the same political institutions and everything, even if, like, they still considered themselves American. That'd be really weird if, no, their territory completely outside of what is America, and we're just going to consider it the same thing. That's my thing on that. It's like holding on to that center, that cultural center of power where the old men of the Senate were doing their thing is, that's what makes Rome, Rome. I mean, if I wanted to be even more ideological about it, I mean, I could stop calling it Rome when they disbanded the Senate, but I'm not going to be that pedantic about it. Okay, so starving soldiers. The figure stumbles into camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Leontios, he says. Don't I already have a Leontios in my entourage? I mean, I'm sure it's a possibly common name at this point. Oh, I don't. Okay. I guess it's just familiar from another game. There are more like me, he gestures off into the distance, all of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arms work as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones left who won't rob the vulnerable for food and valuables. His eyes glint with determination despite his haggard bearing. I'd rather die. Then why are you stumbling into the camp of a known scoundrel right now? If you're so principled, why are you coming looking for the aid of people who clearly are not the least bit principled like that? I mean, I could say you're better than I and more foolish. I gain more bandit experience. Oh, and I take his brooch. But let's see just how much of a goody two-shoe down on your luck person. So yeah, we could use another blade. Wait, what are your skills like? Alright, yeah, we could use another blade. Oh, and you're ugly. Oh, homely, okay. I don't know. I think calling you homely is a little harsh. I mean, I wouldn't call you particularly attractive, but I also wouldn't call you homely. Yeah, we could use another blade. Oh, sorry about that. You're very welcome for the answer. I know I can be very strongly opinionated on some things. And I don't know. You remember when that thing was going around about, like, how men, like, how often they're thinking about the Roman Empire or whatnot? Well, for me, the Roman Republic is my Roman Empire. Which is interesting, how much of a monarchist I really am. I don't know. All of us have our own contradictions. Right, in every corner, the rain has urged most of my followers to seek refuge under the same pine. I want to see this pine that it's offering refuge from the rain. Most of the pine trees I've known don't seem like they'd be the best for that. But then again, it's not like I've ever been to a pine forest or anything like that, so... Leontios ardently vociferates in the middle of the crowd, and I seek to obscure my presence. That ogre, that absolute useless fool, how can you not see that he is incapable of governing his own camp? How are we to expect him to govern anything bigger than a puddle? Dude? I took you in when you were destitute. Like, literal, probably weeks ago at this point. I'll get spite fueled for 5 years? Okay, interesting. Yeah, you will pay for this. God, what a dick. Let me accept your charity and hospitality, and then, like, start saying bad things about you. Yeah, EU3, I know I've said it several times in some of my videos, is basically my comfort game. I would usually have a few, before I started my channel, I had like a few games that I would cycle between. I'd tend to play something for like a solid month or two, and then get kind of tired of it, and then move on to something else. And usually after I played something new, or at least new to me, it'd be like EU3 that I'd reset with. And then once I started my channel, I started with a few things, namely The Sims Medieval and Skyrim. Mainly the channel started off as a way to make Skyrim a little more fun and to force myself to roleplay a little more. Then, like, I needed my little break with Europa, but at that point, it's like, I've got my channel now, so I kind of got to the point where I kind of feel guilty if I play something without recording it. Which I know is ridiculous, but, like, I recorded it, and then I put it up, and I played a few more playthroughs, and for some reason it's the most popular game on my channel. Probably because not that many people see anyone playing it anymore. But yeah, that's why I play EU3 in 2025 on YouTube. Because I enjoy it, and it gets more attention than other games I play. And that's why my current playthrough with the MEIOU mod is really frustrating, because it's not my comfort game anymore. There are some changes I dislike, there are some changes I like. I know I go through that several times in the playthrough at this point. But yeah, I'm very eager to get back to the regular game. And I think I've got 3 or 4 playthroughs scheduled after the current one with just the regular game, and then I'll do something with the Death and Taxes mod. Because basically I'm taking requests on that one. With a few things that I just wanted to do myself thrown in, but generally, if there's some country you'd like to see me play as, comment on one of the videos, comment here, and it will get placed in the queue. Occasionally during the channel updates, I will list what the queue is at that current time. Unfamiliar rations. The culture in Kizikos is unfamiliar to me. No, it is not. I'm Varangian, and I speak Greek. and some of their customs equally alien. No! I spent time in the service of the Emperor. That's the whole premise of this character. He's a former Varangian. He's retired from the Guard and is now setting out on his own. Oh nice, I've been meaning to play CK2 again at some point. Actually, there was this one YouTuber that I used to watch, maybe about 10 years ago, who did CK2. And, I don't know, his name was like Jeremy something, and I just cannot find his channel again. Okay, so aside from complaining about the fact that Greek is not unfamiliar to my character, it's a local recipe he began, supposedly authentically Greek. I was assured so by a passing merchant. I look at the substance with suspicion. Is that stewed rabbit with turnips? Let's see. No, blend it with herbs from Norse cuisine. Oh, I gained 400 provisions, not that I have that much space. And let's see, expanded culinary horizons, not bad. Every follower gains new taste. Oh! Alright, doing this gives all my followers +1 prowess for 10 years. That's pretty neat. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but I think going back to CK1 would just be a bit too much for me. I played it a bit, got into it, I think, pretty much right before 2 came out. And it was interesting. I had some fun memories. Especially when I had an inheritance split. I had been playing as Ireland. I had like an inheritance split, and oh no, it wasn't a split. That's right, we married someone out of the family or whatever, or married them off somewhere, and somehow they became like one of my brothers became the King of France, and then was like pressing his claim on my Ireland, and it was like really, it was an interesting game. But then 2 had even more like role-playing aspects to it, and then 3, when 3 came along, oh, I couldn't play 3 for a while because my PC just couldn't handle it at the time when it came out. Well, my laptop couldn't handle it, and it was about a year or 2 before I finally built my PC. And then just the whole like character experience and leveling with the personality traits and everything, it's so much more RPG than the prior 2 games were, in my opinion, and that is one of the reasons that I find it super fun. It is arguably one of my favorite games of all time at this point. Like Skyrim, Crusader Kings 3, and Fallout 2, even though I haven't played it in forever, but I spent so much of the late 90s playing that, and early 2000s. And it's the reason that I really can't get into modern Fallout games, because they're just so different. Since recruiting both Antonios and Komitas to my contract, the pair have become rather amicable with one another. It seems shared tasks and mutual concerns have brought out a little spark of kindred recognition in the 2 reprobates. Their understanding is nothing serious yet, but a little nudge could see true friendship blossom. Perhaps the rapport could prove fruitful. Oh, hopefully. Oh. Exactly. Show. Exactly. Um, those are my thoughts on Crusader Kings 3 as well. Oh my god, don't get me started on Sunset Invasion. That was like the only DLC that I would ever disable. Because you'd be like plodding along, building a decent sized thing, and then just out of nowhere, the Aztecs would show up at multiple places along the western coast with these ginormous armies. Like, there'd be something invading like up around here, something invading like say in like the south of France, and then something invading Ireland, and they'd all have like larger armies than if all of Europe combined to fight something, and that got really frustrating. Yeah, I see that, Michael Collins, but I don't know, my experiences with it, it always seemed like the most any nation could bring at a certain point was an army of maybe about 10, 15,000, and then the Aztecs would just show up with 3 different stacks of 80,000. So there like was no balance to be had, they just steamrolled everything. And especially since at the time I kind of liked playing kind of tall. Not exactly tall, but relatively small, where I'd be trying to culturally incorporate my kingdom, so I wouldn't be like super, super powerful. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Sho. Yeah, it's... But yeah, something to shake up Europe is pretty good, and that's kind of where Crusades can come into play sometimes. I guess. I don't know. I'm just really jazzed for All Under Heaven to come out. I've got some plans for my next playthrough. I'm probably going to start somewhere around here. Probably start off wandering, and just like have my like Anglo-Saxon characters or whatever go all the way to Japan and just live their best weeb life out there. Alright, a creeping suspicion. There is something odd about my follower, Zemak, but I cannot quite put my finger on it. Perhaps it is just my imagination running amok. Nevertheless, that ominous feeling is keeping me up at night. If I admit that I'm being paranoid, I'll gain stress. You know what? My dependable friend Sanyo must investigate. I mean, I'm not so much interested in getting the whole Mandate of Heaven thing, but it's probably going to be a while before I'm actually interested as playing something over in the Far East, as in just like being something more Western and interacting with things in the Far East. Like maybe sponsoring someone's aspiration to take a trip to Japan or something like that. And then when you get an empire really large, you'll get some really weird things where it's like, hey, you know how our capital is like in the south of France? I want to go on a voyage to the south of France. And it's like, you want to go to the exotic land of our capital. And you want me to sponsor this. Okay. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, a Mongol campaign would make more sense with China in the game. I think that's why my nomadic playthrough I started as Kyrgyz and not Mongol. That might be some of it, but also the Mongols weren't really all that big in the earliest start date. Alright, Sonya has concluded his investigation of Zamok's activities empty-handed. He found no proof of criminal activity or other dark deeds, not even any suspicious rumors. While it seems like I was mistaken this time, it was not time wasted. Tonight, I will sleep like a babe. Alright, better safe than sorry. Alright, let's check on my scheme. We're at 100%. We've got 15 advantages. Let's just leverage our advantages and steal his treasury. Like imps tweaking the nose of Njorjil. And I know I'm probably mispronouncing that. My band and I sneak into the treasury. A lock quietly picked there. Here, a sentry judiciously stabbed there, and suddenly the wealth of Kizikios unveiled before us. Our sacks are filled as quickly as can be, and we're gone. Hang the consequences, just hopefully not us. Oh, you know, there's plenty more back there. Yeah, I know. Yeah, in CK2 you couldn't play as China. One of the, like, later things, Hey, Show. I'm wondering, do you follow One Proud Bavarian? Because I know in one of his things on probably a dev diary video or whatnot, he was commenting on that same thing about the game getting easier. And I get it to a point, but I really like the power fantasy of building up a massive realm. So things that make that seem a little easier are fun. To me, but no, I get the point. Like, I'm one of those guys that typically where, more often than not, I'm going to play a game on, like, the middle difficulty or the lower difficulty, depending. Just because it's more fun, it's something I'm doing as a hobby. Yeah, One Proud Bavarian is fun. I really like listening to his takes on the dev diaries. I like his more role-playing oriented playthroughs. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Okay, a spot of larceny, just a little more. We filled our pockets with silver and coin straight from Mayor Stefanos' treasury already, but there's plenty more value to be found in his castron. Golden candlesticks, elaborate tapestries, finest linen clothing, sacred texts, and more. All the many accoutrements that the good mayor likely takes for granted, but which, to a humble wanderer, represents profit. All we need to do is ransack the man's hearth and home before we are discovered and hightail it out into the night. Let's see, stay low, knives out. I'm gonna gonna try to make the goals in this run more character-oriented instead of just build up big realm. Right now, Houghton just wants... he wants to make money. I mean, he'd love to go raiding. He is essentially a Viking. And yeah, he did his service. He got his start there. That's why he was down in Byzantium. And now he just wants to make money. He doesn't have an army yet to do like or ships to do traditional raids, or a base at which to bring things home. So he's building up his treasury through whatever means he can. Alright, so stay low, knives out, 60% chance. Zenobia, what have you found? Ooh, it'll stress my wife out. But it's a 90% chance that she'll add 50 gold to our haul. Or just a little more. I'll stress myself out, but it's an assured adding 50 more to my haul. We've got enough fleet. Screw it, I will take the stress. I will be patient, it means money. Okay, why does that one cause me stress? It just causes me stress. It doesn't say it's because of a certain trait. Okay. Just a little more. Alright, a spot of larceny, just a little more. Focus, focus, focus. I need to focus. If we're caught here, I'll surely hang first, and worst yet, longest. There's no room for slip-ups, literal or metaphorical. We must be swift, judicious, and ruthless as we move from room to room and building to building, picking everything or even remote value. Yet still, the siren song of further coin lures us ever onwards, and after all, there's still valuables to be looted down the hall. I could once again do just a little more and get a stress break. Or let's go with that door looks important, smash it, 91% chance. Oh, because it's a prowess challenge. Okay, good. Yeah, that door looks important, smash it. It takes a few tries for me to both batter the door sufficiently and do so without making too much noise. But I get there in the end, pushing the thing off of weathered hinges to reveal a compact room being used for largely miscellaneous storage. Not ideal. But as I'm here now anyway, I search through it regardless and find just about enough to steal that this was worth my time after all. Still, there's still valuables to be looted down the hall. You know, honestly, I mean, my miscellaneous storage, that's probably where some of the more valuable resale-wise items that I have are, because they're just things that I haven't gotten rid of for some reason, but yet am holding on to, and at the same time would be too much effort for me to try to, like, turn them into cash. But you know what, let's stress out one of my people. Komitas, what have you found? Let's see. An 81% chance. Alright, Komitas, make your intrigue challenge. Yes! And that's everything. By Njordr, and I know I'm butchering that god's name, I'm so sorry. We've literally taken everything lootable within Mayor Stefanos's Castron, divvied out into one sack or another and crudely bundled together to make the minimum amount of noise, saving only the most precious of artifacts. The mayor is in for a very poor morning when he wakes. There's nothing left to do now but leave. Mind the sacks and let's move. Okay, let's see. A spot of larceny success. Like shadows in the night, we are away. The first roars of alarms and outrages are simply distant echoes by the time they reach our ears. The dull sound of far-off consequences contrasting meagerly against the absolute haul of stolen goods we find sat in our laps. A veritable treasure trove of fencible trophies and precious metals. Now let's sell this loot. Nice. Yeah, I'm with you there, Michael. I'm probably not going to get to EU5. I might look at it for an hour or two once I scrape together the money to purchase it, but I could never get into 4. It was just too different to, it was just too different to 3 that I could never really get into it. And then it had the same... It had some of that same problem that I feel like is one of my issues with the Civilization games as you keep going with them, where the experience becomes more tailored to this is how you play this particular civilization, as opposed to, well, I want to play my Viking civilization as like these in this completely different way. So that's oh, okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying there with the board game feel. I kind of get that. Oh man, I miss playing board games. Why is it no one can ever seem to make a decent board game adaptation that's got decent multiplayer capabilities? It's like I've played some where it's like this is a decent adaptation, but it's got no multiplayer support, or it's like good multiplayer support, terrible implementation of the board game, or they had decent implementation and everything, and then they decided, oh yeah, we're moving to a new platform, so we're not supporting our game anymore, you have to buy it again for a shittier multiplayer interface that happens to be cross-platform or whatever. Looking at you, Ticket to Ride. Ah, they're turning it into Victoria. Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to get around to playing Victoria. It's just the closer you bring a historical game to current events, then generally the less interesting I'm going to find it. Like, I like learning about that period, but it's also, like, not... It's not the same to, like, play in. Well, yeah, I mean, some things definitely have to be abstracted to make gameplay work, but... Some things, it's like, the board game is just so simple. Like, all you had to do was, like, add decent multiplayer. Which shouldn't be difficult, but... Yeah, I just got kind of overwhelmed by some of the interfaces in EU4, and then never really got around to it. I kept telling myself that I would play a CK2 game all the way through, and then use the official converter thing, and that'd be when I'd actually play, like, EU4, but I never got to that. And then CK3 came out. As I'm looking through the market stalls in Redestos, I feel my purse strings cut. Despite my immediate reaction, the thief disappears in the crowd. Only through pure coincidence, one of my guards sees the man and heads into a back alley. Stop or I'll have your head, one of my guards shouts at him. The thief turns around, giving us an angry, shifty stare. Oh, hell yeah, I have a job offer for you. Think of the money as your first payment. Or we could kill him, and I'll lose most of the stress that I gained. Oh, he's got a lot of money, too. Gain a lot of money, and I'd gain some dread. Or I could gain someone to support my schemes who has a 28 intrigue. Nice. So, when you do, let me know how that works out. Dang, these are both really good. Alright, I think having someone with 28 intrigue will pay off more in the long run. I have a job offer for you. Think of the money as your first payment. I like his outfit change upon joining my court. That's funny. A fireside story. Come closer. I have a story I wish to tell you, my wife, Mistress Zenobia says, beckoning me towards the bonfire. It's a story of when I became friends with Komitas. Yes, my fellow vassal. Zenobia tilts her head back, continues to tell the story as the flames from the bonfire lick the night sky. Those around you, your friends, your advisors, even your rivals, they are the ones who matter. Keep them close, especially your enemies. What a story, Zenobia. Thank you for increasing my stewardship. Plenty in common. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Antonios and Galand, their common interests in remaining caring and empathetic under any circumstances has proven to be a strong bonding agent. Weird common interests to have in my band of bandits. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding alongside one another on the road is becoming an increasingly common sight. I lose stress trying... Oh, because I'm sadistic. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, why would trying to break up their friendship relieve my stress? That's right, I forgot I'm sadistic. Yes, wrathful, vengeful, and sadistic. Yeah, he likes the bloodshed and everything. Encourage the friendship. That's one of the reasons he left the Varangians. It just wasn't bloody enough for him. Alright, so it looks like we're back home. At our camp in, Byzantium, as they're styling it right now. Let's take a look at... No, I failed to learn Arabic. Oh, that's terrible. Alright, I'll admit defeat because I don't want to gain 90 stress just to keep pursuing Arabic. It's like I speak Greek, that's good enough for now. Alright, let's build up the camp a bit. Alright, so I've got my pavilion level 2. New domicile building. As this camp's master, when two of my more notable fellows wish to wed, it's my right to have the last word. They live within my protection, travel on my animals, and break my bread after all. Today's hopeful couple is Eugenia and Leontis. And with everything else in place, they only await me waiving my permission, or else signaling my defiance. I could forbid them when I'd lose stress because I'm sadistic. I don't think I'm sadistic enough to not realize that happier people are more effective people. they're both homely. Perfect. No, permit the union. Be together, be fruitful, have homely little children. Alright. What did I want to build in this empty slot? Roaring campfire would mean more knights, more knight effectiveness, and more men-at-arms. Not that I have any yet, right? Haven't bought any yet? No, I haven't yet. Oh, I could. My limit is currently 2. It's just I haven't had the money. So proving grounds would increase the size of men-at-arm regiments and give them more damage. Perimeter increases our travel speed and travel safety. That's cool. No, let's get a roaring campfire. See, the problem with that then is the ongoing cost. Alright, let's go ahead and get some Vigman. Alright, empty crates. I gaze down sadly at my meal. A barely ripe apple stands out as the most appealing of the fare. There is no shortage of food at camp, but the variety is lacking. Wilting vegetables we have plenty of, but I could really do with some prime meat. Sanyo leaps to his feet, bow in hand, reaching for a quiver. I've had enough of this. These may be Basileos' lands, but I'm sure he can spare the merest trimmings of their fat. It's a city. One of the most populous cities in the world at this point, I think. You want to go hunting in the middle of a city? Oh, our supplies limit, our provisions limit went up quite a bit. No, go fast and go silently. Oh, nice job, Samuel. Alright. Pregnancy! Fate smiles upon me. My wife, Mistress Zenobia, is bearing my child. I cannot wait to hold the child in my arms. Yay! I need an heir. I'll have to give him a nice strong name. Support a faction. I don't have enough troops for that. Murder foe? We'll pay that much. Alright, yeah. Let's go travel to murder this Bulgarian count's foe. That is Bulgaria right there. Yeah, that is on the other... That is across the border. Oh, Bulgaria is huge. Nice. Friendly clamor. It's tough to describe what's so appealingly intimate about the low buzz of a camp settling in for the evening. Maybe it's the parade of new faces eager for escape from settled life. The smell of the campfires just starting to be lit, or even the good-natured ribbing of Antonio Sangaland marching past my pavilion. All of this forms a quiet, comfortable blanket of familiarity. This is my domain, and these are my people. A small kingdom, but one where I know every sight, sound, and soul. What would Leader of the Circle give me? +3 diplomacy for 10 years. Or I could lose 20 of my stress and gain some prestige. I will lose 20 of my stress and gain some prestige, and just retire to my own tent and simply listen. Right. Yeah, let's travel to accept this murder foe contract. Someone be a better caravan master than this guy that was refusing to bathe? Zaymok would have us traveling faster but not quite as safe. Darlene would be more of a compromise between those two aspects. No, Zaymok, you can be the you can be the, cost me prestige. That's fine. I'll replace my Harite Ashkenazi with my Samaritan Ashkenazi. Forgot that I had so many various Jews within my court. Honestly, like almost everyone here except for me is from some sort of Abrahamic faith. Alright, let's customize the route. Pick up some experience. Yeah, let's just make a quick detour to like part of Greece. You know, we'll do that when we come back. We'll stop by in Thessalonica, Polyeros, and Ierisos. Let's see. Got a lot of hill danger. We'll purchase some Pathfinder's gear, that's fine. Oh, that's not as much of a boon as it looked like it would be. Mercenary guards would just be too much. We'll just deal with the dangers. I mean, it's not a safe life by any means. Dang, mercenary guards would make it quite a bit safer, though. You know what? Fine, we'll do that. But if we're gonna spend that much, then we're actually going to go further afield. I don't know why it's refusing to route me through the sea. I mean, almost any time I've routed something like this, at this point, if I said, oh yeah, we'll go over this way, then on the return trip it would like tell me, oh yeah, we'll have you sail back to Byzantium. And you know what, we'll make one stop on the way. We'll visit the capital of Bulgaria. Because I'm gonna get my money's worth out of those caravan guards. Oh, I've got a new perk. We'll go with Household Guard. Won't be missed. As we continue through Iblin, my eye catches an elaborately decorated tomb amidst a network of common graves. The tomb appears to be cracked open, and just within its mouth I see the glimmer of some unknown treasures. None but my party appear to be around, and surely whomever once owned the contents of this tomb would not cast judgment on me for taking what would be otherwise unused. Yeah, I'm sure nobody would notice. Only have a 36% chance, but okay. Yep, I'm sure nobody would notice. Yep, we got caught. Oh well. The trodden path. The procession has ground to a halt, a stone's throw away from Otam Castel. I look over to see my champion Leontios dismounted and intently staring at something on the ground. The other entourage members have gathered around him. Leontios looks up as I approach. My lord, there is an ant path here. I may be a tad superstitious, but you should never cross an ant path. He pauses. My great-grandmother did, and she never returned home. But then how do you know that she did if she never returned to tell the story? I have just the cure for your superstition. Yep, he's going to be wounded. He's going to lose opinion of me. That's fine. I'm going to lose some stress because I'm sadistic. Yes, I have just the cure for your superstition. God, that's a stupid superstition. Squaring the circle. I don't need it to be slow. Just get Narses delivered to Death's Embrace so I can stop thinking about him. Are we clear? Growls Count Heraclianos. I nod. There's a lot left unsaid. Why he wants this man dead. What's binding his hands from more common methods? But none of that's my business. One life cut short and it's payday. Exactly. Alright, no slip-ups, any of us. Let's go with that setup. Okay. So, Theodotus would be a good lookout, as would my wife. Well, not nearly as good, but there we go. Omitos would be a good decoy. Theodotus would be an even better assassin. Well, he's the thief that we... yeah. Alright. Theodotus, you're going to be the assassin. Okay. Okay. My wife would... her best spot would be as a lookout. Omitos, what would you do best? You'd have 24 as the decoy. 23 is the infiltrator. Alright. Komitas, you'll be the decoy. Infiltrator, Zamok? No, Zamok, you're the infiltrator. Zenobia, you're a lookout. And Manuel, you are a lookout. Alright, let's refill my men-at-arms. We'll recruit with provisions. There we go. I have 100 victims. My daughter and I wanted a son. Praise Freya, Zenobia has given birth to a perfect little daughter. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lady? That is not a perfect daughter. She's not even albino like her father. Is she even mine? Alright, what shall we call her? No. I mean, he is sadistic, but it's not like naming her disappointment would actually have him lose stress. Bit of Saturnin, Hilda, Freya, Hilda, Bordes. Not a good Norse name. Ingerdir, Gerder, Sif, Liana, Ragnhilda, Alvor, Gudrun. Screw it, we'll name you after your mom. May you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter. Seriously, where'd you get the red-headed genes from? Yeah, may you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter. Alright, well, at least I have an heir now. So I guess she's better than nothing. That's right, they don't actually cost me gold to upkeep. Like, that's right, because I'm not settled and such. So yeah, Halfdan will build up a treasury, probably try to take himself an island somewhere from whence to go raiding. Just build up a nice enough little entourage that he can, like, say, take Malta or something else from someone. Probably not that, though, because, like, attacking the Empire for that would be most likely disastrous. Maybe take Venice. That'd be hilarious. No, we're not merchant princes here, we're Viking raiders. I mean, Sardinia is always a great, that is a great little kingdom to just hold. and play tall, especially as a raider. It's like, let me raid the rich Italian coast and then return back to my island that has a mine on it. Oh! Seize the moment. We got 5 advantages for our scheme. Nice. Where are we at now? 36% right now. If we executed, if we seized the moment, we'd only have 36% chance. No, we're good. We'll wait. Multiple support a faction contracts available. I'm more interested in being nefarious, though. How's my gallows bait trait looking? Oh, you know what? I should write myself a note about what actually works for the sounds. So the next time I decide to stream, I remember to make those changes. And don't have to like spend the first several minutes just trying to set up so that the mic is working right. Alright, there we go. Post-it note posted on the bottom of my monitor. New heir. You didn't even tell me she was pregnant again. Praise Freya. Zenobia has given birth to a perfect little son. One day, child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit a master? Aw, he didn't get albino either. Okay, I know I like to play dynasties where we try to hold on to 1 or 2 names and like just keep it the same or alternate, but I think I want to give everyone their own name this time. At least all the heirs and such. Oh, Steerborn. I like that one. Alright, may you grow strong and wise, my son. I know we're thieves and cutthroats right now, but the cutthroat part is more important. Alright, I'm going to educate you, and more importantly, you will be a warrior like your father. Aches and pains. Oof, I find myself making such noises when sitting down at the camp. Fire in the evening now. Oh, at the campfire in the evening now, sorry. The elders always talk about how that happens when you get older, but I'm only 32. Only? Only? No, such is the wear and tear of a life lived rough. I can see the toil it takes on others too. Mistress Zenobia of Band of the Horn winces a bit as she slumps down next to me. See, that inn we passed had many spare beds. My poor back demands more luxurious furnishings, and that's why we sit on a treasury. This event lets me upgrade my main tent with like half the cost. No, my poor back demands more luxurious furnishings. We will pay to upgrade our pavilion building. That is like the best adventurer event. So long as you're actually like keeping a decent treasury. That's the only reason our pavilion has been upgraded at all yet. Alright, it costs 500 to upgrade it again, so we want to make sure that we're keeping about 250 on us. Alright. Oh, another martial perk. Excellent. So let's go with courtship. Oh, we're up to 64% chance now. Nice. If we executed with confidence, it'd be 69. Nice. Ruin Rambling. Scouting out ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They are gathered around some large but old and ruined buildings, the remaining ones in good condition having been occupied by the merchants. Their wares are fairly standard, food mostly. Being on a well-traveled road, that would no doubt attract many purchasers, yet my eye is drawn inexorably toward the grey, pockmarked walls of the ruins. So magnificent they are. The merchants occupy merely the outskirts, but its dilapidated heart remains untouched. Oh, you know what? Well, let's try my luck in those ruins. Alright, I found a sanctified stained glass shard. Oh. Will increase my dread gain and decrease my piety gain, which is actually pretty decent at the moment, so yeah, why not? I'll equip that. Murder foe, Greek secrets. As part of my ongoing plan to murder foe Narses, some of my minions regularly intercept his letters. Due to my expert comprehension of Greek, I could personally read them rather than relying on second-hand translations, though it's sure to take time away from some of my duties. Perhaps I would glean valuable insights this way. Oh, that would give a plus 10% to the base success chance? No, I will translate the Greek myself. Also want to stay sharp on my second language. So right now we're at a 70% chance. Cool. So execute with confidence would be 75. Oh, that's right. He's too young to influence his personality, right? Scheme discovered. The existence of my plot to murder Narcisse has been discovered. While my involvement is not yet known, this will make it a lot more difficult to bring my plans to fruition. Curses. Apparently it didn't actually hurt. But I have a breach now. Okay, if I get more breaches, it'll fail. Gotcha. Alright, we'll keep going. We're being paid to murder someone, we're gonna do it right. Although, really, I mean, Viking warrior walks in, hacks him to death, then walks out. I don't see why that would be difficult, but... Ooh, I'm losing prestige right now. Good to know. Under concubine limit. Okay. Prevails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw when coming to speak to me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. There's plenty of farms here, even if they're not great ones. It cannot be that hard for us to pause briefly and stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. Yes, our provisions are perhaps a bit below where I'd like them to be. Our provisions are fine, but there's little cause for such alarm. We can probably find something. Alright, we gained a little provisions. Fine. Oh my god. Has it been that long? Perfect little daughter. At least this one is albino like her father. Alright, yeah. Let's go with Dora. May you grow to be strong and wise, my daughter. Alright. I'm gonna educate you as well. My current backup heir, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, if you had been a boy, I would have done something to... I would have gotten Steerborn out of the way. Absolutely. Learning on the job. One of those I've chosen to involve in this little contract. Denmark is probably not the absolute most skilled. He's not. Yeah, he's not bad though. Still, he's clearly applying himself, determined not to let my efforts go to waste, with the aim of improving his skill in matters of intrigue. Bettering yourself is costly, but it helps us in the end. Oh, he has increased his intrigue by 3. Well, you can go further than this, and I'll lose stress, because I'm sadistic. And he might get even more improvement. But he will dislike me more and be more stressed. No, you can go further than this. Alright, he's pushed the limit. Alright, we're at 15 advantages. Well, we're gonna go to 20. Since our... whatchamacallit... oh no, we had another breach. Manuel, my agent in Count Joachim's murder foe has been discovered. Now he is known to be untrustworthy and cannot help my cause any further. First Count Joachim and his spy master. Alright, well... oh crap, does that mean I need to... yep, I need a new lookout. Leontis, you're a lookout now. Okay. And then I think once the scheme has been dealt with one way or the other, that'll probably be where I'll end the stream for the day. Fire and friends. Each night, one fire becomes the hub of the camp's social activity. People coalescing around my inner circle to wag tongues and trade friendly barbs. Tonight is no exception. Look, all I'm saying, chortles Sanyo, the giggling of several other followers, is that poor Aran cannot be blamed for disappearing faster than a frightened hare whenever someone starts a sentence with can. At a certain point, laziness becomes an art form. A chorus of inebriated guffaws breaks out from the easily pleased onlookers, though it all seems to be wearing on Aran. No, I'll just soak it all in and lose most of my remaining stress. Alright, so we're at how many now? 17. 3 more, and we'll execute, and we'll cover every angle. And hope for the best. Hopefully we don't gain too many breaches in the meantime. 2 of my agents, Theodotus and Zemak, seem to have found common cause in our plan beyond the basic goal. Impressed by his compatriot's skill with shrewdness, cunning, and ruthless double-dealing required to murder foe, Zemak has taken to studying what Theodotus does differently to himself in the hopes of improving his own skills. Harmless enough in theory, but it doesn't help our overall goal. Yes, it does help our overall goal, because our overall goal is to do more and more of these contracts. So if he improves his intrigue, then yeah, that's good. Although, perhaps there's something I could learn from this, and I will gain an intrigue lifestyle perk unlock. Oh. I mean, he's already old though, so increasing his intrigue to 12 from 8... No, perhaps there's something I could learn from this. Oh. Alright, I get an intrigue perk. Speculate truth is relative. Like weeds in a garden. Enticing opportunity. Dark insight. Or dreadful. I mean, I could go up the torturer tree. I mean, I am sadistic and all. So yeah, we'll slowly work up the torturer tree. Hopefully we can eventually get Forever Infamous. It's so good. Do I want to go with Dark Insights or Dreadful? I mean, I don't have any prisoners at the moment, I don't think, so... Okay, how's my Dread look right now? I've got 85 Dread. Because that's currently my natural Dread. Being wrathful, sadistic, albino, and having served the crown. Alright, for now then I'll go with Dark Insights. I'm pretty sure I do not have any prisoners of any sort. Yeah, that'd be kind of weird if I had them already. Oh. I don't have a personal physician or a second. What does second do? Okay. If I made him my second, he would give me a +3 across the board. Alright, Baron, I know I took away your position as my Caravan Master, but you're going to be my second. Alright, overly talkative. While Komitas' ability to make friends has proven invaluable in my scheme, he is not quite as careful around others as he should be. He is too fond of dropping vague hints, and if someone were to start asking questions, there is no telling what he would divulge. No, the things he learns are too valuable to shut him up. Possibility he'll give me +10 base success chance on this? Yeah. And it's a good chance he'll get that. Yeah. Nice. Plenty in common. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Komitas and Theodotus, their common interest in socially standing their ground at any cost has proven to be a strong bonding agent. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding alongside one another on the road is becoming an increasingly common sight. I will encourage the friendship. Oh, no I won't. No, I'll just say good for them. Yeah, I didn't notice the negative there, that they'll dislike me more because I'm an overbearing leader. I mean, yeah, a 71% chance of that? Yeah. Okay, good for them. Okay, nice. Oh, so the benefits I get from having a second kind of make up for the not having the court position of my wife. Okay, cool. Alright, we're at 19 advantages right now. 70% chance still. I leveraged advantages. Oh, no! I was looking at it, I didn't mean to click. Well, fortunately it was successful. Narcissus has been sent to hell's fateful embrace. A thorn in my side no longer, thank the Norns. It didn't take much, really. Just a gang of desperate bandits greedy for silver and an engineered opportunity for them to strike. But the results have been outstanding. The melee caught his defenders completely off guard, allowing one of the cutthroats to get the bastard right through the eye. Unfortunately, someone somewhere slipped up and let my involvement in the crime be known. At least I can console myself with the fact that Narcisse is worse off than I am. What what scurrilous allegations. Alright, all of his friends and lovers lose opinion of me. I don't care. Oh, I get the trait murderer. General opinion minus 15. Okay. I gained 12 dread though. I only gained 24. Oh, I gained less stress. This was less stressful because I'm sadistic. Alright, but I got 108 provisions, gold, I got 275 provisions, and now he's on my roll of patrons. Squaring the circle, success. Your receipt, Count, I say, dropping the damp bag on Heraclianos' floor. The sodden fabric tips sideways, exposing a lank tuft of Narcisse's hair. You took Brimia's head rather too literally, he grunts. Must have been hell to make off with and all. Still, a job well done. Your pay is with the servant outside. I dip my head respectfully and depart. We've a long path ahead of us. Yes, we do. The Wandering Knight. As we walk through the streets of Hatemkastel, there's a loud ruckus by one of the market stalls, with two men yelling at one another. Before we can make our way there, a man has already stepped in between and talked them down. See, it will be fine, he tells the man in the stall with a smile, and hands him a solidi. Okay. And with that simple act of kind generosity, everything returns to normalcy. He turns to us as we approach, no banner or mark telling me of any liege lord. Perhaps a wandering knight. Not a good knight in any way, shape, or form. Well, you know what? Can I offer you a drink? A possible outcome... Okay, I listen to tales, and I either gain a diplomacy, some piety, or some prestige. Yep, I'll offer him a drink. The prestige. Cool. Alright, and let's go down to Greece. Near. Oh, we visited the Hyos Demetrios learning experience. Cool. And the Hideropalia mining settlement. Stewardship experience next. And Mount Athos learning experience. The seasons have changed. We prepare to set off in the morning. I see Sanyo stand outside the camp all alone. As I walk over to talk to him, I notice a change in the wind. I huddle my clothes around myself as a gust of cold wind hits my back. The cold whispers that it is time for winter yet again. Oh, it's about time for winter again, huh? Alright, we're delayed by 2 days. I lose 15 stress. I'm good with that. Danger! A fire in the night! We are walking among the hills late in the day. The darkness comes suddenly, brought by the dark clouds above us. Then there is a distant loud rumble of thunder. Soon there is another, combined with a dazzling flash of lightning. And another strike, brightly illuminating the area. The afterimage burned into my eyes. I blink and see where the lightning has struck. Now there is a quickly expanding brush fire, and it's spreading toward us. Put the fire up before it spreads too far. Yeah, I have a better successful outcome of that than just with running. I put the fire out before it spreads too far. We successfully quell the fire, and I gain some prestige. Since I currently have positive prestige. Put some clothes on, dude. A martial contest. As we pass through the market in Thessalonica, we hear a loud yell and stumble into an ongoing tussle between two men, tightly observed by a group of people. The crowd cheers profusely as one of them is swept off his feet, face planted solemnly in the dirt, thus concluding the match. Who's next? The man yells into the crowd. His eyes land on our group. At my side, Komita snorts in response to the challenge. I'll do it. 71% chance I win, gain some gold. 29% chance I lose, gain some stress. Oh no, I will do it. I'll fight this dude. I win the duel. Yay, money. Oh no, I'm going bald. Visited Meteora. It's a good album. You gained 150 learning experience. Nice. Traveling traders. As stroll around the market of Betwini, a loud ruckus comes from just a couple of stalls down from me. There's a furious man, animated and waving his hands. Serene Doge Roberto will have your head for this. He yells at another merchant, who looks possible even angrier. I would love to see him try, the stall owner dismisses. The merchant with a wave of his hand, angrily turning to his bodyguards. The merchant clearly intends to get a deal one way or the other. Let's aid him before this gets out of hand. I would lose 120 gold, but gain an alliance with the Doge of Venice. Interesting. Seems like the perfect time to make some coins. Or I'll watch the spectacle. It's a stewardship challenge? No, I'll watch the spectacle and lose my stress. Alright, another 150 learning lifestyle from visiting the temple of Theotokos. Pinkish shoes. Early evening is a time of intense activity for the camp. People and supplies toss this way and that as our portable home is set down once more. Habitually, it's also when I take a walk to clear my head and escape the noise for a time. As I crest a small hill, I see the last pinkish rays of the dying sun bathe the hills below, creating dozens of little pockets of shadow. A pockmarked quilt of rose studs and dark valleys, a beautiful sight, perhaps even one worth sharing. Oh, move domicile travel speed. Well, for 10 years. It's just for move domicile, but yeah, that's cool. Alright, a nice moment, but work beckons. I would have gone with the other if I had stress, but I don't. Danger, serpent. As we head towards Byzantium, we stop in our tracks for a short break. Many venture forth to look for a source of food or water, while others rest in the shade of the trees. I observe Zaymok forage in the underbrush, but all of a sudden he jumps back with a cry. He has been bitten by a viper. Eventually the serpent releases its fangs from his flesh, but it's clear that the venom is taking its toll. I could wait for his condition to improve. Aaron is quite smart. Maybe he can help. Oh, probably can. Let's see, I don't care to see him suffer. Oh, I could kill him. He's currently my caravan master, though. I don't have any stress to loot. No, Aaron is quite smart, but maybe he can help. Alright, martial experience from visiting the Patros Castle. Oh, I got a new martial perk. Yep, promising prospect. Band of two. Passing through the back alley in Thebes, I see a lonely child and her dog sitting in a corner behind a small wall. Here you go, Valor, she tells it as she hands it a small piece of bread, keeping none for herself. Looking at the two, clearly the dog has been taken much better care of than its owner. The kid must be giving it everything she can find. I could take her dog. I would get a pet dog. I would be considered heartless for 5 years. I'd lose stress because I'm sadistic. I mean, there's sadism, and then there's just... I don't know, that's a step beyond. I don't have time for filthy orphans. Here's some food, child. Why can't I just be like my child? And abduct the child and the dog? And raise her to be a part of our merry band. Maybe, betroth her to my son or something like that. No, I'll give her some food. I'll be nice. I'll gain kind ruler for 5 years. Want to gain some piety for that? No, here's some food, child. Oh, I've gained a level of devotion. Danger, mountains out of molehills. The road has gotten incredibly hilly the past few hours, and everyone is beginning to weary. With no end of the hill in sight, my caravan master Zemak approaches me and says, "My lord, our mounts cannot carry on like this for much longer. The poor animals need a break, or I fear they'll collapse. We must stop to rest." He knows full well this will delay our journey to Byzantium, but we're not in a rush. I know, he is right. It would be wise to rest. I'm good with that. We're not in a rush. We'll get there when we get there. And then once we do, we'll probably move, because... yeah, I don't see any contracts nearby. A man of unusual skills. After we have traveled together for a while, I have noticed that there's something about Erron. He often helps others with small wounds and scratches, putting together small poultices like it was nothing. When we pass through Alasan, I see him suddenly run to a small peasant kid struggling to breathe and turning an unnatural color in the back alley. And before you know it, the kid's face returns normal. How did he do it? Oh, really? I mean, it's a slim chance, but I have a chance of getting the novice physician trait? Yeah, that'd be cool. How do you know so much ailments and disease? Oh, I couldn't do it. I got a little stress. You know what, I should probably make him my court physician. Or personal physician, I mean. Alright, you can be the physician. Oh, that's right, you're also my second. I forgot about that. Alright, ins and outs. As we trudge down the road, a building halves into view. The battered sign outside reads the Lazy Princess Inn. No luck here tonight. We've barely got rooms for our current lodgers, let alone anyone new. Inside, the innkeeper shakes his head dismissively, and especially not you ragtag types. Ragtag? Oh no, you see, I absolutely require lodging. Absolutely. Your hint is taken, with a discount on top. Nice. What does Stooge do? Special options and events. Okay. That's fine. I don't really need a stooge at the moment. The ruler in the making. There is no end to the opinions and wants of my son and heir Stierborn. Half of the time, he is trying to tell me what to do instead of the other way around. Let's see, formidable or aggravating? It's a fine line to walk. Alright. Stierborn Norska gains the trait bossy. My bossy little child. I still can't influence his personality, right? Right. Oh, did we get back? It looks like we got back. Cool. Alright, back at our camp. The only contract nearby is a support faction. I don't think I want to do that with my 9 champions and 100 big men. So I think we'll move our camp. Where shall we move? I want to go north, east, south, west. And we're truly in the center of the world right now. Where do we want to go? Although, you know what tends to happen fairly often in my experience with playing a wandering adventurer is the moment you leave a place and set up somewhere new, a bunch of contracts will spring up like right around there. Like, say I decide right now we're gonna move to I don't know, let's say Jerusalem. Let's say we go set up in Jerusalem or whatnot. Then I'll just start seeing a bunch of contracts up around Byzantium. Actually, out of curiosity, can I afford to move that far? Oh, I can. Not the safest area to travel through, though. And maybe we don't want to go that far all at once right now. Let's move to Nicopolis. A decent distance away, but not like super far. The toils of war. As we walk through the streets of Mycenopolis, a procession of soldiers emerge from a side street. Most of them are injured and aided by downtrodden civilians. A herald proudly stands up in front of the throng of people gathering around the marketplace and declares with a loud voice, "We have crushed those Khazar dogs yet again. It is only a matter of time before victory is ours." And yet, I can't help but snicker when I look at these fools who have ruined their lives. Donate some coins to these poor wretches. I gain more piety for that. Maybe they have some wisdom to share from their battles. 28% chance I insult the survivors. 41% chance I'll gain 120 martial lifestyle experience. 16% chance I increase my martial by 1, and 13% chance I increase my prowess by 1. Or, enough of this doom and gloom, we have places to go. I increase my progress and lose 15 stress. No, maybe they have some wisdom to share from their battles. I really don't care if I insult. I mean, I lose prestige if I do that, but prestige isn't really a resource that I need a ton of at this point. So yeah, maybe they have some wisdom to share from their battle. 120 martial experience. Cool, I'm good with that. A faithful visitor. The campfire crackles, illuminating a figure entering our circle. He moves with vigor despite the lateness of the hour, hand wrapped around a walking stick. Those standing guard are already intercepting, but I wave them away. "You have a place for a man of God." He smiles at me hopefully, dirty clothes rustling in the stiff breeze. A wandering Godi. A Godi maybe, but not a Godi of a Satru. Not much I can tell. A few of my fellow believers shuffle their feet uncomfortably as they make the same realization. I'm pretty sure the only fellow believers I have in the camp are my children. I'm pretty sure everyone else is Orthodox, some form of Jewish, or some form of Muslim. Let's see, we could do with such a man of such worldliness. Oh, 81% chance he agrees to stay. And if he doesn't, I just gain 9 stress. Okay. What's he like, though? Fabulous healing. Not bad. Ooh, he's a wise man. You know what? We could do with a man of such worldliness. He agrees to stay. Excellent. Danger, serpent. Well, who got bit this time? Manuel. Oh, and this time it's an adder and not a viper. Okay. Alright, well, Autumn is a skilled healer. Oh, it's not even a chance this time, it's just he will lose the trade bill. Nice. Good job, Aaron. What are you doing on that novice position? Oh, you're almost at 1. Cool. Will this give you experience, I wonder? The remedy is successful. I can't tell. Alright, my camp has moved. Alright, so there's an escort emissary over there. There's a rescue fair subject. There's settled boundary dispute and settled boundary dispute. You know what? Let's go rescue a fair subject. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop hiring mercenary guards at every point. I'll just deal with the dangers. Travel to accept the contract. Oh, I had it paused, sorry. Alright, rescue a fair subject. A tired Tormarch's Leon approaches the camp with his men. The horses stop right before my tent as I get up to greet them. That damn woman, I hear the Tormarches mumble. I bid you good morning, Halfdan, he says, wiping the sweat off his forehead. It seems that a most beautiful woman has been lost in the woods, and my courtiers will not stop lamenting until I bring her back. A fair man to the rescue. Alright. He'd be good muscle. Theodotus would be a good outcast. Mythos would be a better thug than muscle. Theodotus would be a decent lookout. He'd be a 22 lookout or a 25 outcast. My wife would be a 23 outcast. Okay. She can be the outcast. He can be the lookout. Alright, muscle. Alright, Komitas, you can be the thug. Leontis, you can be muscle. And Pablo. Oh, that's our monk, right? Yes, you can be muscle as well. Let us rescue this fair subject. My spot. Move your accursed tent. Damn it, Theodotus. This is my spot, cries Galland, disrupting my evening walk. Theodotus seems unmoved, simply folding his arms across his chest. It can't be your spot if it's got my tent up on it. Now can it? He snarks back. Desperate for a higher authority, Galland whirls around to me. Master Halfdan, please, I beg of you, discipline this wretch. See, here's the thing. I'm gonna have to side with Theodotus this time, because how can it be your spot if it's got his tent on it? He got there first, it's his spot. I don't have an assigned layout. If I did have an assigned layout, then the appropriate thing to do would be to come to me and complain about it. Dang, we are gaining progress on this one. Quick. Kind of annoyed that there isn't something more nefarious around for us to do. But, oh well. Crimes of passion. Rounding a little cluster of tents as I leave my pavilion, I come across a gaggle of followers having dinner around a small hearth. Curiously, both Aron and Theodotus are amongst them, neither of whom particularly enjoys one another's company. Before I have time to ponder such a strange quirk of seating, Theodotus mutters something inaudible. Inaudible, not unaudible. Only for the whisper to send Aron into a blind rage. With a flash, a weapon is drawn and blood about to be spilled. Oh, hell no. Two of my most valuable people? Nope, I'll intervene. I put a halt to it. Oh, they respect me because of it. Nice. Good. Alright, we're at 78% chance. Wow, we might just do this with only 5 advantages. Yeah, that puts it at 97. Nickname, the Hawk. My friend, have you heard what they call you, my friend? Anya says to me while folding his hands. They call you Master Halfdan the Hawk. Spectacular, is it not? It's on the lips of peasants and noble alike. A cause for celebration, I think, Sanya exclaims with a cheery tone. I can get used to this name. Alright. I am the Hawk. Alright, let's go ahead and execute this scheme then. Since we've got a 97% chance. Or we could wait and have a 100% chance. Yeah, we're like halfway there. We'll wait until we have our 6th advantage. Pounding hooves. Ugh, my head, moans Komitas as he rides alongside me. I raise an eyebrow in silent inquiry at the man's exclamation. In response, Komitas simply slumps down across his horse, whimpering and clutching at his temples. Clearly someone had a good night last night. No, I'll just laugh at his predicament. He'll lose opinion of me, but I'll lose all my stress. Alright, 100% chance. Let's execute this scheme. Let's seize the moment. We rescued a fair subject. Leontia. Oh, she is beautiful. Nice. Alright, I gain 75 prestige, 250 piety. I add Tor Marcius Leon to my loyal patrons. Make progress in the Legacy of Norska decision. Okay. I lose 5 experience. No, I don't want to lose experience in Bandit. Arg. But we gain some provisions. Okay. Back! A high-pitched scream makes its way through the thicket of trees, and I follow. Standing in the middle of the clearing is one of the most beautiful women I've ever laid eyes on. She wields a stick like a spear, and tries to keep her distance from a ferocious boar. With a quick slash of my blade, I cleave into the beast, and the animal lets out a spurt of blood, staining the grass as it falls. My lord, the woman cries, falling to her knees. You know, we do not have to part ways. 63% chance she joins my camp. Oh, she feels honored. Join my camp. And as such, I will make her my concubine. Oh no, Zaymok died. Lame. And I took her as my concubine, which means I'm now no longer losing prestige. Rivals end in the dead of night at our camp near Thessaliotis. I step out quietly, and what was that sound? That's when I see it. My follower, Pavlos, silently draws closer to my acquaintance Zaymok, who is sleeping in the open fields. With a heavy stone, Pavlos crushes Zaymok's skull, leaving the grass stained with blood. Pavlos quickly scans the area, unaware that I've seen everything. We take you in, but we invite you to stay, and this is how you repay me? Oh I did not realize that you're a Komenos. Okay, Oh. Fascinating technique. I would gain 2 injury. Call for the guards, or I could be like, I saw nothing. No, fascinating technique, and I am aware of the secret. Jerk. But that upped my injury to 10. Alright, where is he? Where's this murderous monk? Pavlos the heathen. I could blackmail him. Could expose his secret. I will expose his secret. He's a murderer. Wait, why would it be an act of tyranny? He's a murderer. A gruesome morning. By Odin, there has been a murder. Who would wish death upon our serene Zaymok, and why were they so brutal? My friend Sanyo continues. Yes, indeed. Who would ever dream of doing something like this to poor innocent Zaymok? Pavlos says. In the corner of my eye, I can see him holding back a chuckle. Oh, okay, is my exposing his secret just still on the stack, I guess? No, we should move on. Danger, a quarrelsome moth. As we trek through Thessaliotis, our caravan has stopped at a clearing bordered by leafy bushes. I proceed toward the commotion only to find Theodotus and Antonios having an irate row. I swear to you, we are going the wrong way. I'll not go a single step further until we resolve this, Theodotus shouts. You stubborn old goat, can't you see this entire entourage is exhausted by your bothersome nature? You can make them fight. Oh, I don't want to do that. If I fail, they both leave? No, we haven't the time for your petty squabbling. Why would it be an act of tyranny? I exposed his secret. He should be a known murderer now. Alright, well, it looks like we're back. Alright, we could escort an emissary. That pays money. We could settle boundary disputes. I want something more nefarious to do, people. Come on. What are we doing on provision? Meh. Alright, let's gather provisions. Please not noodle soup again. Not with my snares, I shall feed us all. Oh, I have a pretty good chance of getting a decent amount of provisions with that. Well, it's a prowess challenge, so yeah, that makes sense. Wow. Okay then. Let's visit the castle holding. Let's have a look at Arda Castle. Let's visit the local training ground. On second thought, should look for some able bodies at the garrison. Actually, no, I'm good. Let's just head back. Alright, I'm done here. Back to camp it is. Okay. I mean, we're not like disastrously low on provisions or anything. I just wanted some more before we traveled again. So let's just travel. Oh, for this it would have me sail. But we'll visit the Vatican on our way to Rome. Actually, go to Venice? No, that's adding way too many dangers and such. Alright, let's just, yeah, we'll hit the Vatican and then Rome. Alright, let's start moving our camp. See if there's anything more nefarious going on in Italy. Oh, my concubine is pregnant. Nice. The beautiful woman we rescued and then flattered into our camp. A follower's heart. Master Haftan, my leader, I have met the most seductive woman here in Nicopolis. My champion, Comita Strongarm, stumbles as he addresses me. Her family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry, he stutters sadly. Please help me. $31. What's she like? Not particularly good at anything. Dude, don't marry someone your age. Marry someone younger who will give you children. You know what? Let's see if she's willing to run away with you. If she is, good. If not, you can do better. Alright. She's not impressed. That's fine. I'm not spending that much to get you a wife, buddy. Especially not a 40-year-old wife. To the brooding Master Halfdan, consider yourself warned. You and your ilk have outstayed your welcome in Epirus. If you do not take your camp elsewhere, I shall be forced to consider you a fugitive and make you leave. That cretinous Strategos threatens me? Dude, if you hadn't noticed, we're on the ship sailing to Italy. We're leaving your province already. No, you can't leave of your own volition. I'm kicking you out. Alright, my next martial unlock. Go with loyalty and respect. Loki's Ties. Thunder echoes ominously overhead, a dull interruption in the lashing winds and the whipping rain working on scattering our convoy. Distant cries echo up and down the line as carts and animals sink into thick mud, the storm doing its level best to wash us all the way to hell. Children and elderly shiver in miserable silence, soaked to the bone and wondering when hypothermia will begin to set in. The air crackles and with static intentions alike, my followers on the edge of breaking. Let's see, come on, put your backs into it. Get the gear, go on, move. Pray to the Norns and hope. No, the martial challenge is my best bet. Come on, put your backs into it. Drill saves a day. I gain 150 prestige. And every adult follower gains opinion. We visited the capital of the papacy, 150 diplomacy experience. 4. I visited the Colosseum, 150 martial. We visited the great city of Roma, gained 5 trait experience in Wanderer. Cool. Alright, every parent's duty. And it won't just toss me, queries my daughter Zenobia, trying and failing to keep the quaver from her voice. I glance down at the small pony she sits on, the prettiest, most placid learner mount I could find in the entire camp. Was I this scared when my father taught me to ride? Oh, okay, then I'll just kick her into a trot and... Master the horse or it'll toss you. I'm doing it, Dad, I'm doing it. Good job, Zenobia. Alright, what do we got over here? Settle boundary dispute. Settle boundary dispute. Settle boundary dispute. Really? I want to rob both these citizens or something. I want to settle boundary disputes. I mean, we gotta make money somehow. But you know, I think I'll figure that out next time I stream. Thank you for those that have watched. Thank you for engaging with me, Michael Collins, in the show. I appreciated that. I'll do this event real quick. A nose for trouble, father, cries my daughter Zenobia, bounding up to meet me at speed and near bowling me over. Look what I've found. It's a puppy. The girl does indeed appear to be all but swinging a freshly whelped pup as she is crooked into her arm. Odin alone... I think that's supposed to mean, say, Odin alone knows where she picked it up. But despite the awkward movement, the animal seems very excited to be here. Zenobia looks happier than I've seen her in weeks. Yeah, you can... Wait, why would I gain stress because I'm sadistic for that? I'm pretty sure I can only do that because I'm sadistic. I am not going to drown the puppy and become rivals with my 6-year-old daughter. Oh no, a girl and her dog. No, my daughter can have a pet dog, that's fine. She learned how to ride a horse, and now she can have a pet dog. Alright, but as I was saying, that's where I'm gonna end the stream. Thank you for tuning in. This has been a stream of Crusader Kings 3, playing as our current character, Halfdan Norska. And, yeah. Thank you very much. I will stream this again at some point. Not sure if the next time I stream it'll be this. I've been itching to play The Sims, and I think that would work better as a stream than as a Let's Play, so I don't know. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you very much again.